Yo, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, back in this thing, one more time, one more game. I got them on me today, y'all. Your boy got the heavy hands. This right here is Sifu, and it comes from Slow Clap Studios. And oh my god, these niggas need to make a comeback. They were released back in 2021, but I just now got hired at the AWA. For those that don't know, that is the ass whooping academy. And after my 31-hour shift on the game, serving up that signature 8-piece combo, 2 sides, large drink, extra sauce, biscuit on the side to top it off. You know how we do it, you know how it's done. I really can't believe that I haven't heard nothing from these niggas in 3 years, cause this shit is fire. I swear to God, they know hand-to-hand martial arts more than any other game development studio out there. They are 2 for 2, cause Sifu comes right after the other game that they made. That one's called Absolver. It was a multiplayer game though, and it had similar combat to Sifu, albeit, you know, integrated in its own unique way. But I like to think of Sifu as a more refined version, you know, their second time around. And that's real easy to see, to be honest, because your boy was hooking the jump. A tutorial that I got playing on the screen right now, gas. The way it was put into the opening credits was so smooth and creative. It's always gonna make me stop and appreciate whenever a game has like their tutorial level 1 shit, but they don't make it so painfully obvious in your face that it's tutorial level 1 shit and you just some new nigga that don't know what the fuck is going on. So props to them. Like to see more of this, please. But I was also immediately sucked in by how fast the striking animations are, because it instantly made me feel like I was that nigga. Combat feels fast and flashy here, so it's easy to unlock your inner John Wick, especially whenever you find yourself surrounded by like 10 other niggas, or anytime the camera switched to that little side view. Yo, that shit had me feeling like Netflix Daredevil. I swear I was working that hallway. Yo, put your headset on, throw on some music in the background, and trust me, it'll add a little stat boost to you. The gameplay is literally just straight hands, bro. If I'm being honest, the real reason I actually bothered to explore in this game was because a nigga just wanna smoke, if we keeping it real. I really just be walking around, checking every room, hoping there's someone there ready to get to work. This shit is a power fantasy, no cap. And you know, it's the little things. It's the little things in the gameplay that'll really make you feel like somebody, bruh. You'll dodge a hit, you know, hit a little duck, do a little bob and weave, but then a nigga swinging will accidentally hit the dude that was getting ready to sneak you from behind. Or you'll push somebody and they'll trip over some dude that you previously put on the floor. And eventually you just start playing better, you know, fighting smarter, not me. You position yourself better, you know when to retreat, when to engage, and you start using shit in the environment for offense and defense too. I think the game does a good job of giving players options. There's a lot of freedom here. No doubt in my mind that the devs wanted to leave room for experimentation, given that when you factor in how many times players are likely going to be replaying levels due to how much trial and error is a part of this game. There's really no other way to go, to be honest. It's even in the end game, you can see it, where you might want to replay some levels to, I don't know, get a higher score, faster time, do it without getting hit, or some other challenge that you want to self-impose on yourself. Just to be like that nigga, bro. It's all here. It's all here. You can do it. You can do it, bro. You can do it. Trust me. It's not that difficult. Oh, okay, that's cap. It's hard. There's definitely there's some hard parts in it, but once you really know how to play, like once you know what you're doing for real, it's pretty cake. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like say when you finally reach the last level, like stage 5, replaying stages 1 and 2 are gonna be easy, bro. They're gonna be mad easy. Sifu has a very well-rounded gameplay loop. It's crazy because I be mad when I die, but then I realize I gotta chill because dying a lot is literally baked into this game. It's really the whole point, because that's when most of the upgrades are available to you. The little shrines are placed throughout the levels, but those are more so to help you during your current run, not like overall as a whole, you know. Most of your points are going to be able to be used after you die, you know, once your health bar is low. But as it turns out, thank God, dying is actually not too much of an inconvenience. You know, your health bar will get a little low, you'll get hit one more good time, you'll go down, get knocked out, maybe buy an upgrade or two, clock back in, get back to business. Now, I will say, after 31 hours, I have gained a bit of wisdom in the arts, if you will. So, I do recognize that getting slapped upside the head and put on your ass is the ultimate form of disrespect. And I did take that shit personally. But, speaking of the whole, you know, dying and aging out thing, I can see now that it actually was a pretty cool idea. Basically, the way it works is, every time you die, it adds however many years to your life based on a death counter, which can be taken down by defeating enemies. But the higher the death counter, the more years you age, and once you get over the age of 75, then that's game over. After which you have to restart. But check me out though, the game's, it definitely got some difficulty, but it is forgiving. You know, it tries to set you up for success. For example, you can actually choose where you want to restart from. When you inevitably become overwhelmed and die too many times, you don't have to restart from level 1 age 20. You could choose to do that, or you can pick up at a different level that you've unlocked, and you'll start from there, from whatever the youngest age you reached it was. I thought that was great. You know, if you're ever getting bodied by a boss, you could just restart their level, their specific level, not the whole 5-stage run. I mean, don't get me wrong, you might have, sometimes you have to replay the level, like the whole level, just to get to the boss again. But if that does happen, usually there's like some type of way you can unlock a shortcut to the boss. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's not as bad as it could be. If I'm being completely honest though, I wouldn't recommend rushing through the levels anyway. They're all pretty cool and extremely detailed. Like, they did not have to go as hard as they did. Each level and boss fight surprisingly has its own little supernatural twist on it, but it's never too in your face, and it's usually always just set dressing to add a little more flair, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, the game never explains canonically how a lot of this shit that happens in here works. The whole death counter aging thing is made possible because of this magical pendant, and I'm assuming it's magic. I don't know for real, but that's my point. There's no concrete description, and the same goes for the story, unfortunately. I'm gonna get into some minor spoilers, but you're gonna be alright. Anywho, you're fighting all these bosses because they folded your pops when you was a little nigga. So, there's a time skip in the game just to give you the gist of the training arc until you become an adult. But with all the time that passed, and I could be wrong, but I got the impression from reading his little like bulletin board thing with all the crime info and stuff, I thought the bosses were more or less respectable people based on what I was reading. At the very least, respectable enough to have a decent reason for offing my old man. It was obvious they weren't just some rando thugs, so naturally, I wanted to know what the fuck was up. But like I mentioned earlier, bruh, it's not really explained for real. My best guess is that Yang, the head nigga in charge, and the rest of the crew wanted to share the pendant power with the world. But even then, why? And then also, who the fuck is Yang? Are we related? Because he most definitely called me little brother, but he also refers to like pops, like my dad, as your father. So I was dumb confused. I'm not gonna lie. The whole time I was playing, I felt like I was missing a lot of background info. And I ain't fuck with that, I'm not gonna lie to you. Thankfully, though, the awesome new Game Plus mode and other endgame content make up for the lackluster story. I'm telling you, the amount of replay value this game has is nuts. You can eventually unlock what amounts to basically an entirely new moveset. You can also throw on different modifiers to change how the game is played, those challenges that I was mentioning earlier, as well as complete different goals to unlock costumes and other extra shit. Of course, there is a John Wick costume. Of course, it is clean as fuck. So there's plenty to stick around for after the credits roll. And that's just not always the case with a lot of games these days. So it ain't gonna go unnoticed. So, at the end of the day, this game is a W. Easily. I mean, there's a lot to love here. I know for a fact, if they dropped the second one, it would be a day one purchase for me. To Slow Clap Studios, mission passed, respect plus 100. Alright, that is gonna do it for me. I'm finna get up out of here. But I wanna let the people know, I did just recently finish chapter 3 of Wukong. I'm on chapter 4 right now. I know. I'm almost finished, patting myself on the back. Fuck the Yellow Wind Sage. But that ain't gonna be a big thing. Just a little update of how I'm feeling and what I've observed so far, like how I did the first one. So that'll probably be out soon. Script's already finished for that one. Just gotta sit down and do it, you know, get in the lab. That's gonna be it for me then. I'm signing off. Health and wealth to the gang. Stay smooth, y'all.